This is more like a combination of kanji and Japanese. So it's very difficult for me, it's very difficult to prepare my talk in English. So that's why I send a memo to Tommy. So Tommy can write kanji like this for her report, and then of course she can describe more like this. 日本で戦前にね、和辻哲郎っていう社会学者がいたんですよね。お願い。
Yes, this is the
sociologist.
This Japanese sociologist, Tetsuro Watsuji. This is according to him.
でこの人は皆さんご存知のピエール・ケティエがものすごく尊敬している人です。
And this is the person of that Pierre Quetier, respect a lot.
で、すごいいろんなことっていうか深い知識っていうのはすごいあるんですけど、ピエールが好きな彼の言葉っていうかの一つにね、人間という言葉漢字の中にこの漢字の中にこれ皆さんご存知の間っていうのは稽古でみんな習ったけど間っていうのは時間と空間のことですね。
Among some of the amazing things that this sociologist said, the part that Pierre particularly was drawn to is his analysis of the word ningen or human, because the part of the character includes ma, which we all practice.
それでちょっと話が飛びますけども、もう皆さん一緒に稽古して前入り身の時には前入り身でファッと入ると相手を処理すると時間と空間を縮めながら処理するというか。
And in Keiko, we're going to just move the topic a little bit. In Keiko, we practice maerimi, and this is the practice that we squeeze the distance, and by doing so, we are shrinking the time as well.
So, for instance, the second point is coming like this, the other side moving in. That's both maerimi. So when you do that, you end up squeezing time and space. Is clear? And that's why in Jisen Kumitachi we use a lot of sagari. Sagari means stepping back. When you use sagari, you can control time and space more easily because expanding distance and opponent's attack arrive late. So you not completely relax, but you can be little late, but still handle. But if you try to handle the situation, everything might you have to be exactly good timing, not too late, not too early. If it's not too early, people say, "Oh, that's not fair." So that's it. But anyway, this is martial art in Shintaido. But this kind of sense, sense of ma, is in the conversation, same too. So ma is very important. You know, if I don't know Kani so well, but you cannot talk like this.
Not to her.
But because I don't know Kani well, so ma is so important.
Yeah.
Proper distance. Of course, there is no. You have to have sense. There is no 1 meter or 2 meter. You cannot calculate like this. It's sense like this. And also the speed of your talking and sound of, how loud or how quiet, softly you should talk. Many things like this. But actually, our brain is amazing. Usually it's automatically handling. So anyway, ma is not irimi, sense of irimi, controlling ma is not only martial art. It's human relationship. That's Tetsuro what you said. Ningen. Ningen means the person, or ningen person, the one who can not control, who understand the wisdom of ma well.
May I ask a question? How about culture? Because culturally, you might
Good
be
question.
really
I was ready to
useless.
talk about it.
Okay.
Right.
But of course I grew up in Japan. And of course Japanese have their own sense of ma. But in 1975, I moved here and practicing, introducing and practicing Shintaido in Golden Gate Park. Really wide, right?
And at our house too.
Then some kids, I'm doing like this. Some kids come study. I'm doing it. And what you doing? Like that. He had no sense of ma. So I'm not criticizing. I'm criticizing, but I'm not really criticizing American. This culture. Because in Japan, is as you know, we don't have enough space. So timing and space has to be proper. Naturally, has to be proper. Otherwise, so many. But I realized in the States you have enough space, and California. So you don't have to be exactly, precise. More relax. So that's my experience. Cultural difference. Ma is different. Every culture has a different ma. That's what I wanted to say.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, that's ma.
And ma is related to wa.
Yeah, that's the one.
You gotta have wa.
Yeah.
You gotta have wa.
Wow. So, ma related wa. Thank you for. But right now, once you start talking about wa, whoa.
Let's go back to ma.
Let me come back with you if we have time later. Okay? That's the way I talk. I study from John Kent. Don't get involved. Once you got involved, I get lost. Anyway, sorry, that's a side story. Okay, everyone knows Ten-Chi-Jin-Ware-Ittai. That's Aoki Sensei came up. Shintaido's whatever catchphrase or whatever theme. Ten-Chi-Jin-Ware. Yes, we are. Oh, that's great. Oh, Sensei, great. Yes. Okay, but traditionally in Japan, it's not only martial art. I told you many times. Japanese discipline could be tea ceremony, flower arrangement, no theater play, kabuki training. They always talk about Ten-Chi-Jin. 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 Ten-Chi-Jin means like our sensei said, like tunnel, not tunnel, pipe,
Chimney.
chimney. So theater also, the Ten-Chi-Jin very important. So good guy, Ten-Chi-Jin. Bad guy, no Ten-Chi-Jin. But simply speaking, okay? That kind of Ten-Chi-Jin. Ten-Chi-Jin, meditation, Ten-Chi-Jin is very important. But as you know, during Raktenkai Day, many of us study Jesus' teaching. And then not outreach, not the charity, in Christianity. Right now, it's not only Christianity, but any culture is like that too. But especially in Raktenkai, we start studying Jesus' teaching. And our sensei realized, if you talk about Ten-Chi-Jin, oh, I feel good. No, you miss the opportunity to take care of people or develop community. Everyone independent. Oh. 仲良くしなきゃダメだ。仲良くしなきゃ。フレンドリー。
You have to develop the harmony in the community.
Yeah. で、この天地人だけやってると、ここのメモはね、書いてるんで、今もトミーに書いてるヤコゼンって言ってね、ヤコゼンっていうのはワイルドフォックスゼン。ワイルドフォックスゼン。これは独りよがりの善である。一人で気持ちよくなってることをヤコゼンって言うんですよね。で、天地人だけやってるとヤコゼンになるからダメだって青木先生が言った。
So Aoki Sensei said, if you are focusing only the heaven and the earth and yourself, you miss the great deal of what's surrounding you, and you end up to be a selfish practice.
で、まあキリスト教っていうかジーザスティーチングに帰りますけども、マザー・テレサみたいなね、マザー・テレサみたいな人がなかなか出てこないと日本には。そういう方向がないんだよ。
And without that kind of focus, focusing on the community, there will be no people like Mother Teresa, and that's what's missing in Japan.
そうだからすごい皮肉なんですよ。っていうのはすごいセンス。Japanese has a good sense. Many Japanese have a good sense of but many times, most of the time, Japanese doesn't go far enough, arriving like Mother Teresa's time. So that's why our sensei came up with the idea of Ten-Chi-Hitobi-to Ware. Ten-Chi ですね。人々。我で一体。で、Shintaidoはそういうもので、Shintaidoは一人稽古、で組手、で団体稽古。
It's a group practice.
この伝統はですね、面白いのは沖縄から来てるんですよ。空手から来てるんですよ。
And this tradition is coming from karate practice developed in
よく
Okinawa.
剣道にしても柔道にしても合気道にしてもね、全部デュアリスティックエクササイズなんですよ。二人でチームでやってるばっかり。
And that's very unique to karate. In other martial art, there's a stronger focus on practicing with only two people.
で身体の天地人々我一体だから身体道には一人稽古と組手とからみんなで一緒に型をやる。でもう一つ身体道には号令術っていうのがあるんですけど、まあ、号令術までいかないで身体道の稽古方法っていうのはまず3つですよね。
Shintaido, the structure of Shintaido Keiko includes practicing on your own, by yourself, and kumite, that you and your partner, and also with a group. And they all have to be in it.
で、まあ、インストラクターになる時には号令術っていうのが入ってくるんですけど、その3つか4つのあれに僕は天地人々我一体のまあ、プラクティスっていうか勉強っていうか
And
そう
through
なってるんです。
practicing this type of keiko, we will learn the philosophy of Ten-Chi-Jin-Ware-Ittai.
だから、まあ、私の場合は空手入って空手の組手はまあ結構得意だったんですよね。空手の組手、は飛び抜けてたけかもしれないけども他のことはダメだったね。若いところのことを振り返るとね。
Just looking back, my specialty was strong karate. That was my specialty. But just looking back, I had a lot of
一人稽古としては型を覚えるのは得意だったんですよ。
and
空手の型ね。
but learning kata, I was good at it.
でも瞑想っていうかあの頃は正座しろ正座しろって言われたんだけど正座を一生懸命やろうと思うんだけどねそういうインペーションでねできないんですよね。それは It's not my kind of PT だね。It's not my kind of T だね。
So the martial side of my practice was much more developed, and it took a long time to expand my practice, especially in meditation.
そういう号令かけるのは下手。号令はお前のは軍隊長でダメだって。
Especially, I was bad at giving gore, and often get criticized by Aoki Sensei. Your gore is a military style.
すごいコレクションコレクション。まあみんな覚えてるよね。
And as you remember, some of you remember.
私もした時にはみんなそうやってます。まあそういう天地人々っていうのは、ね、そういう新態道の稽古体系全体にも現れてるし、インストラクターが目指す方向もそうなんですね。
So now going back, and then my point is the Shintaido curriculum is based, is built and created based on that philosophy, and also the goal of Goreisha, or Goreisha の方向で何ですか？
目指す方向ね。高齢者がの人間として成長するために目指す方向。
And this is also the direction for those who are giving gore.
それで新態度の場合はこう私の場合は特にそうだったけどもう遠くで広げるってこれでもってガーッていくもうイメージはものすごく広がっていくんだけど、まあ、私の場合はそうだったんですけど、天心をするにしても栄光大にしても天心をする大なんて特にそうですよね。稽古をずっと続けていくためにはね日本語でこれ英語で訳すと要するに霊性を高めるっていうのがすごい大切ですね。霊性を高める。それから深めるっていう言葉があるんですよ日本に。高めるっていうのはこう上がってエレベート。深めるっていうのはこう海の中にずっと入っていく。そういう。それとあと人っていうのは広げるってありますね。
これは稽古の
いや稽古によって天地人々我一体が自分の中にできてくるときにそれをもっともっと高めるとか深めるとか広げるとか磨くとかね日本語で言う磨くとか輝かせるとかね。
As you develop this various elements and start to include in your keiko, you will start to explore other elements, which is to develop your spirituality, elevate spirituality, and deepen your understanding, and cultivate understanding.
だから伸縮自在ね、でないとダメだと思うんです。ただ広げるばっかりはダメ。高めるばっかりはダメ。
So this is not just expanding your awareness, which we do great when we do Eiko-Dai, and that's a great way to expand. But that's not it. That's just a very linear thinking. There's not just bigger the better, but you want to also deepen your understanding as well.
私の場合はね、こう深めるっていうのは2つあってですね、要するに身体度って高めるとか広げるとかね、そういう方向でずっと稽古してきたんだけど、カニと一緒にケアギバーのためのワークショップだって深めるっていうことを勉強させてもらいました。
My focus used to be to elevate and expand, but through my recent study with Kani, going through caregiving, I started to appreciate more about deepening myself.
だから本当の本物のケアギバーになるためにはこう深めるとか一緒に沈んでいくとか、それができないともうこれで元気になれ元気になれ元気になれ大丈夫だよ大丈夫だよってダメなんだよね。
And if you just expect to just cheer them up, and that's not good. You need to be willing to deepen yourself with the person together.
アメリカでも同じだと思うんです。うつ病の人にね、元気になれってダメなんだよね。聞かないんだよ。うつ病の人に、お前元気出せよって言ってダメなんだよ。
Just like someone who is having chronic depression and telling them that, oh, cheer up, and that does not work.
Get over it.
で、私もよくわからなかったんですけどね、ヘンリー・カイザーにダイビング習ったんですね。ダイビングでこうやって沈んでいくんだと。空気の中と通っていくんですよ。どんどんどんどん。
And this is the experience of my diving with Henry, and this is the experience of learning to deepen. This physically going
慣れないと
deeper.
もうダイビングやってる人ほど分かると思う。慣れないとそう簡単怖いんですよ深く行くのは。すんごい深い怖いですよ。
And then there's experience some fear of going down, just emotionally.
でもまあ慣れてくる私も、まあ、ある程度しか行かなかったこうやってこれするとねいいんですよ深まると。
And then anyway, through that diving practice, I started to realize that the richness of the practice of going deeper.
それでね、まあ、ヘンリー・カイザーは私の先生だったんですけどね、これ言ったら見ようと思うんじゃないですか。見ようと思うじゃないですか。
Where is he?
見ようと思うと見れないんですよ。なぜかって言ったら何でもイソギンチャクで何でもこうやってつぼむしね、魚もこうやって隠れちゃう。
And one thing that the Henry is my teacher, diving teacher, and when we go down there, the first thing you start to see all the creatures on the surface, and so I started to look around, and then because I was so excited, and everything started to close because my energy was so high.
ヘンリーがね、ちょっとまあこうやるんだってか、私の場合はこうやるっていうか、これで彼スーッと静まるんですよね。静まると魚がどんどん出てきて彼の周りに来る。
Showed me how to calm himself, and as soon as he does that, all the marine life start to come around.
で彼がまあ半分冗談で半分本当だって言うと、要するに彼は無になるからそれができるって言うんですよ。でお前もメディテーションやって身体でやってるのに無にすごくなれるだろうって言うと、いやなれないんだよね。
So Henry jokingly said, "Well, that must be your specialty too. That's what you teach in Shintaido."
だからその時に、海の中でですよ、そうやって天地人々割れたじゃないなと思って。
So
ダメだなと
that
思って。
I was humbled with that experience.
でちょっと話がありますけどね、いいインストラクター、まあ自分がいいインストラクターっていうそういう意味じゃないんですけど、いいインストラ身体のインストラクターになるためにね、そういう挫折を経験しないとダメだね。あ、ダメだな俺はっていうのを何回も通り過ぎる。
It's a little different story, but in order to become to grow as an instructor, this kind of experience is also very helpful.
でヘンリーに身体がやるって言ったらヘンリー下手ですよ身体がねあの人左と右とよく分かんないですねどっちが右手か左手か分かんないんだってそういうものすごく不器用だしねステップもうまくできないしね
And Henry himself has his own uniqueness that he doesn't really understand which is right and which is left because doesn't seem to be very relevant to him.
身体度でリレーションシップ身体度である限りね私にとっては彼がバカだこいつはと思うよ
So when he's in my
こんなこ
class,
とできないのに
he seems he looks very clumsy.
でも海の中行くとねあいつは私のことはバカだなこいつはと
And when we're in the
思ってたん
ocean,
じゃないかなと思うよ
Harry is thinking that he tells I'm clumsy.
でそういういいにゃんっていうかねそういう関係ってすごい大切ですね友達から学ぶって教えてもらうっていうか
And it's very valuable to have that humbling experience.
それもこれに関係してるとまあこう関係してると
And I think it has something to do with the
あとやっぱりそれスノビン
between two
自
people.
分なんかできるからって言ってスノビになってダメですねやっぱりハンブルそれを忘れないこと
Please keep
謙
the
虚謙虚
thank you. 何でしたっけhumility ですね。Please keep humility.
でちょっと話が飛びますけど霊っていうこの日本霊はねこれ要するに謙虚っていう言葉謙虚になるっていうだから霊はこれじゃダメなんですよ
So it's a little different story. Going back to Keiko, by the way, when we bow, that's the expression of humility. So looking facing the opponent
昔
does not
ブ
work.
ルース・リーね皆さんご存知ブルース・リーがねこうやって要するにカンフーファイトする前に礼をするんですねで生徒の習いに来たらこうやって礼をしたらダメだってこうやってバーンって叩くんですよこうやってこうやらないと叩かれるからっていうそれでアメリカで空手やる人はみんなこうやっていらっしゃいますよ
これはブルース・リーがそういうふうに
ブルース・リーがそういう映画の中でそう言ってるから
Oh, this came from the Bruce Lee movie that when you bow and then one student got his head slapped, and then so that practice might have come from that movie.
でも霊っていうのはハンブルネスのエクスプレッションボディエクスプレッションですよね軽く目をしてまず頭から下がっていってこうなった時にこれ名門も開くんですねだからいい霊っていうのは要するに休めっていうかヌーチャリングなんです陽気体なんですよ
And when you bow with a true humility, physically it does actually open the main spot on the back, and it actually nurtures your body and it's healthy for you.
で背中の筋肉とテンダンとかずっと伸びてる
And then muscles and tendon along the spine relaxes.
でもこうやってここ90度にこうやってやると
However, when you do this way,
それはないですよね
muscles don't
マインド
relax.
ボディエフェクトじゃないちょっと話が飛びましたそういう高める深める深めるってねで深めるっていうことでもう一つ書いたのはケアギバーのワークやってた時に、あの人に会ったのウィマンのことハーネーム分かったウェルノーンケアギバー
Irene Smith?
Huh?
Yes. Irene Smith?
Irene Smith was a good friend of David Palmer. And one day David invited dinner and Irene Smith was there. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I visited many Zen temple like this. So I know many Zen practitioners. It's quite good. Oh, Eileen Smith. Oh, I said, shh. When Eileen Smith look at me and tell me what happened like this, then of course start saying, I won't say anything. I can't say much. Tell me, and she keep looking at me. It's amazing. Like なんか重り深いんですよ。いくらでも沈んでいくんですよ。
I could sense that she could even go deeper, endlessly.
それでケアギバーのことについて聞いたら、元気出せっていうのはダメだ。それはね、どこまでその人が落ち込んでるとこまで行くんだって。その深さまで。それでそこで一緒に悩みを聞いてあげる。
And again, and she said, don't try to cheer up someone who is sinking, and then go with them, and no matter how deep you may end up going.
助けるんじゃないんだって。一緒にいてあげるっていうか、それだけなの。
And don't try to help, just be with them.
助けられないんだって。
Because you can't help them.
でも一緒にいてこう話を聞いてあげるときにたまたまその人が元気になってくることがある。それだけ。
But in the process of being together at that depth, sometimes people become
でヒーリングっていうのは、
start to get healed.
カーニーはもっと勉強してると思うんですけど、アイリーンが言うにはね、ヒーリングってヒーリングエナジーって言うじゃないですか。ヒーリングで、例えばがんで死にかけてる人とか、エイズとかなった人昔たくさんいますよ。こうヒーリング、いやそれ、まあそれをやりたければやってもいいけどね。それは無駄だっていうのが極論ですけど、アイリーンは言ってましたよね。
And again, Irene was, if when you see someone who is mentally or even physically ill, and whatever that condition may be, and please, you don't need to try to. If you can, that's great. But that's not the goal or intention. Trying to help them.
その人が本当に落ち込んでるところまで一緒に降りてる。でそれがまあ一つアイリーンからなるほどな。
And that was one lesson I learned.
それでさっきのダイビングの話に変わりますけど、
Going back to diving.
ずっと習っててヘンリーにこれやれやれって言われて、最終的にはですね、レスキューダイブっていうのワークショップにお前行けって言われて行きましたよ。
And Henry recommended that I start training for rescue diving.
レスキューダイブがそうなんだね。やっぱりそこまで降りてって、それでよく見て、これできる、あれできるって、それで自力でできることなら自力で、上がってこれるまで助ける。
And I saw that during that training, I saw the resemblance. You go as deep to that person's the same depth, and see what they can do and what they can't.
でましてやボートの上から見てね、いやあれしたらどうって言って何か下ろしてね、これに捕まれとかね、レスキューダイブはそうじゃないんだって。だからといって降りてってこうやって抱きかえることはやらない。それやると死にかけてる人がしがみつかれるとセカンドビクティム。
It's different that you just go there and try to grab and try to lift them up. That won't work. It's actually dangerous.
You get trapped. で死にかけてる人がこうなるからね、もう自分がやられちゃう。だそれはやっちゃいけないとか、それはやるべきじゃないって教えられるんです。それを降りてってまず様子をじっくり見て、で目と目を合わせてね。
And the first you think,
Body language.
first I learned was to observe and analyze what is happening.
もう一つ面白いのはね、まあ苦しんでる時はね、もう息が 空気がなくなるっていうか息できないっていうか I can breathe これがもう一番多い。
It's when you're in panic, you can't breathe. レスキューしてる方がですか？
いや死にかけてるかこの
The victim.
うん
The victim.
トラブルの人が息できないっていう
They go in a state of panic.
でライフスキルドイブで降りてって一番大切なことはボディーランゲージで自分のあれを持ってってね空気出す息これ吹くことを教える伝える。
And one of the things that I learned was to show the victim, and then how to breathe,
exhale
how to exhale.
because they cannot breathe well because full of air because unsecure like this more oxygen so they think no yeah. 肩の力を
And show them how to breathe, and then let them relax their shoulders.
落ち着くとね、自分の身の回りのことが分かるんですよ。
And once they calm down, they start to realize what's happening around their body.
それでこちらのちょっと距離を置いててこれできるかあれできるか。
And then give a gentle guidance and, to see if without actually grabbing or touching, keeping the distance, and then
本当のレ
suggest
ス
if
キュ
you
ーダイ
can
ビン
do
グはそうやっ
this.
て一緒に上がってくるのがレスキューダイビング。
And rescue diving is about coming up together.
だからそれ、ちょうど同じ頃それ習ったんですよ。ケアリバーのワークショップやっててアイリー・スミスになってヘンリーに鍛えられてそういうあれしたんですけど、これでやった深めるっていうことが俺はできてなかったんだなってことが分かった。ちょっと話が長くなりました。
It became long, but my point was that through this kind of experience, through Irene and Henry, this was the part that I was missing in my life, and then this experience helped me understand the developing depth.
それとリデューシングっていうか自分の中を収縮するわけじゃないんですけど天地人々ってバーッと広がってくる我がますますフォーカスっていうか充実っていうとまたこうなるんだけどねそうじゃなくて本当にピュアで、日本これ漢字なんですよね。真青木の真は誠っていうで真っていうのは新しいでもう一つの真はコアで、で信仰の真でフェイスでピュア深いそれで日本語の真っていうのは神 God の真なんですよね。So many 真でこれは私の、言霊っていうかパンジョークなんですけどやっぱり真に迫っていく天地人々我行った時にこう広がって人を助けるとかそういうのもいいことなんですけどやっぱり人間としての本物の人間としての真に中身ずっと迫っていくこれは大切この漢字で、全部じゃないけど真っていうのは真青木の真は誠ですね True で 2つ目の真は新しい3番目の真はコアかな
これは何ですか？何の話をしてみて
いや自分が冷静を高めるとか広げるとか怖いそうじゃなくて真に迫る自分の
ちゃんできますかこれ
through all the practice that I've been doing, I am I realize that I am reaching to Shin, which in that sound there are so many meanings as you can see in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Chinese characters, like Shin of his name, which means the truth.
だから
We
ね
are reaching
真に
the truth.
迫るだから広がるだけじゃなくてもう本当にこ
Also, it means core, not just expanding, but getting
Compressed.
Essence?
compressed.
ういや
To
Wait,
the
the
core.
third one is
Shin.
core?
The third one, yes.
Third one?
Oh, the second one is
New.
new.
Atarashi, yeah.
でそういう方向も天地人々を我行った時にはこういう意味が含めてこれも我天地人々の我っていうのはそういう意味があるんじゃないかなと思います。
And among, of course, when we talk about Ten-Chi, Hitobito, Ware, and Ware is the self. And we think we know, but then these are the examples that we want to focus, we want to understand ourselves more and finding the truer self or by focusing more deeply inside you.
And hitobito means everyone or surroundings? What-
Hitobito is people around
People.
you, society,
Society.
community.
OK、そう天地人々我って青木先生グレートところがね和辻哲郎の「間」っていうところに変えるとね人間っていう言葉に変えると人間っていうのはね人と人との関係って間、関係だけじゃなくて一人の人と彼女のペットとの関係
And this sociologist, Mr. Watsuji, he said the character ningen, which simply translated as a human, includes the between or among people, and which include the relation, not just the individual, but relation between and among people, among pets.
で間っていうのはそのペットだけじゃなくて自分が食べ物でね自分が普通に食べてる
The relation with food that we eat.
で住んでいる土地
The relation with the place you live, the area you live.
and オルガニックフード好きな人は要するにその土地でできたものを食べなさいっていうね
And those who are encourages the promote the eating organic food. They encourage you to eat the food that are grown in your region, locally grown.
それでもちろん文化でカルチャー育った環境
The relation with in the culture.
天地人々我言った時友達の人々だけじゃなくて親とか自分も子供もいるし
Relation with family, parents, your children.
で親の、友達とか親を通じてこうつながっていきますねずーっと縦横斜めにずーっと広がっていく
And their friends that extend endlessly.
それでラブ&ヘイトじゃない昔、世話になったけども今は疎遠になってるとか私そういう人たくさんいるんですけどでもうすでに、亡くなった人とか
And some of them, even the relation with people who are no longer with us.
でそういうものをほーっと広がりながらそれが一人の人間なん
And that's include that is a person.
それが和辻哲郎さんの考え
And that's the idea, philosophy
で
of
それは和辻
Mr.
哲郎さ
Watsuji.
んはそういうなぜそういうことを言ったかって言ったらこの漢字から来てるんです人間なぜか日本語では、中国漢字から来たと思うんですけど人間って言うんですよ昔から人間の漢字の中に「ま」っていう漢字が使ってあるんですよ
And the word ningen, which is the person, his analysis came from the trying to figure out and understand why this character is written that way.
これちょっと話が飛びますけども、大名ワークショップで3 point maybe 10, 5, 6 years ago, we came up the idea, Tommy and Kani came up. What's the piece for you? What's the perfect piece for you? And people saw pieces, wow, harmony or like this. And I remember what Tommy said. So what did you say exactly? Healthy relationship
Connections. Healthy
connection
connections, yeah.
with any object around you. That's a piece. But I think this is a ningen. だから日本語ではいい人間、ああいう人はいい人だね、いい人間だとまあグッドヒューマンですね。だからグッドヒューマンっていうのはトミが言うようにフェアリレーションシップ、エニオブジェクト、人だけじゃないですよ、人だけじゃない。
And when say someone is a good person, that doesn't mean just a person, but their relation, their ability to keep a good relation with their people, and then including object around them.
トミはティーセレモニーやったことあるから道具をすごい大切にするんですよ。
And I noticed that Tommy have this great respect in the equipment that she used for tea ceremony.
でShintaidoにもそれあれありますよね。
And we have that in Shintaido as well. We
木
take
刀
care of our
kind of
weapons
sacred.
and our gi.
You don't throw a 木刀 here.
We don't do that.
Or ideally you can hire instead of 道具を大切にする。それも要するに人間ですね。要するに日本人にとってはその道具、これ私クロスカルチャーコースを教えた時にあれしたと思ったら、ビジネスカードあるじゃないですか。ビジネスカードをもらってね、まあ私今スウェーデンで教えてたんですけど、ビジネスカードもらったらウォレットの中に入れてここに入れる。まあそういう人もいますよね。
There's when we greet with people for the first time, we often exchange business card, and some people will just take it in and put in a wallet and put in pocket.
日本人はね、日本人の習慣から言うとね、ふっと自分の上にお尻が来たような感じです。
And in Japan, this is considered to be very rude because that was your card and they put that on your butt. So it looks like the
Your butt
came right on top of you.
いや、フィジカル。So I'm sure you experience, you know, you book game, book door here like this, someone step over like this, you don't feel good. You don't feel well. Because your bokken became part of your body. And equipment of your spiritual training. So it's really Ten-Chi-Jin-Ware-Ittai there. So of course this is Aoki Sensei's idea and it came from Japan. But if you agree this philosophy, you should start more practicing and more deepen your understanding what is Ten-Chi-Jin-Ware-Ittai. And this is Taimyo meditation class called. By doing so, at last it's arrived to world peace.
To your left.
It's not a world peace like this. Of course, it's very important to speak out, to speak back. But that's kind of appealing 人のいい人と人の悪い人いますよね。一緒に生活するとね、人の悪い人の方がこう繁殖するんですよ。
And when there are a good person and bad person living together, somehow the bad person seems to have a more effect. So it seems to spread.
今
I'm still wondering, where does the Japanese person put the business card?
In your pocket.
If they don't have a chest pocket.
here.
What?
I told you already 2-3 weeks ago like this. My experience is the more I share, the more I study. So, of course, it's true. It's really true. It was true in Shintaido. But when I start studying Tai Chi, that's 2002. I start not teaching, sharing 2004. And of course, there are so many great Tai Chi instructors. I'm really, as an instructor, really beginner. But I know this whatever theory in Shintaido. So I start teaching Tai Chi. Even I am very immature. So I end up impressing many Tai Chi senpai in Japan. Wow, how did you find that? Wow. So, anyway, you don't need to be Shintaido instructor. But if you, through Shintaido, you have aha, or through your private class, you have aha, it should be this way. You should start using this idea. Don't hide it only for yourself. Then you can improve. You can improve or confirm what your understanding is good or not. So that's how. I mean, of course, I study many things from our sensei, but what I share right now came from my own life experience. So it's interesting. As you know, many of you know, of course, I came from Hiroshima, and Hiroshima is very well-known atomic bomb. Since I'm born, America, for me, America is love and hate.
Right.
So anyway, I don't want to go detail, but that's a condition. And then one of the reasons I came here is, of course, I got excited with Shintaido. But while we are young, we are tired of American influence. In a way, I became kind of patriotic Japanese culture. But we could not keep what I believe, what we believe, because influence is so strong. So, in order to protect Japanese culture, I thought I have to come to States and I have to change states in order to save Japan. So that's one of my ambition. And of course, at last, I could not change America. So in a way, I'm a failure. But it's okay. It's okay. I mean, right now, I'm okay. Because as a human, I grow. As a human, America is the place, or San Francisco, for my base camp of Shintaido, helped me to grow. So no regret. Even America is still as it is. It's not. I could not change America, but people. I got a few true human friends in America. So if you go Ten-Chi-Jin-Ware-Ittai direction like this, you may not be successful as you originally planned. But I'm sure you will not regret your life. At the end of your life, you will not regret. But one more thing I forgot to do. So this is collage, so you can add. If I had not met Egami Sensei or Aoki Sensei when I was young, I could have been kind of yakuza, short life. So I was always ready to bet my life. So I must have had a very short life, maybe 30, longest 40 years. But Egami Sensei and Aoki Sensei changed my life. Talking about Egami Sensei, I wrote this part at Ito Gaiden. Egami Sensei was a great instructor or mentor for me as a mentor of teacher of Oriental philosophy, wisdom. But Aoki Sensei, through Aoki Sensei, I ended up meeting Western culture. Of course, at that time, Aoki Sensei was never been in the States or Europe. But he was, as you know, he was a great fan of music and literature and art. And through these three things, I end up meeting Western culture, wisdom, like Eros and Agape. So, anyway, this is side story. So I was really very serious, loyal student of Egami Sensei, but I shift myself to Aoki Sensei. So I lost many my old timer karate mate. So I was so heartbreaking like this. But because I chose this Aoki Sensei like this, so if I stay under the Egami Sensei's influence, maybe I skip being a yakuza, but still more like conservative. But so I appreciate Aoki Sensei's influence to me. And another thing, through Shintaido, in a way, what's called chariot. For I would say, by riding chariot of Shintaido, I travel the world. Then I had many experience. Of course, diving, many nature trip, river rafting, and horse backpack, like that, dolphin swimming.
Oh.
Through
Golf.
golf
Golf
course.
to.
golf to but anyway, everything happens through Shintaido. and every time I practice, it was of course a hobby in the beginning, but I study a lot philosophy. I shared already what I studied with diving, underwater diving. So river rafting or whatever, the same, so many things. And then later, of course, I adapt what I study into my teaching. So that's one story I love. And one more, maybe last one. Long time ago, Egami Sensei told me, it's very important, if you want to continue Keiko, it's very important three things very important. Family life and good job, and occupation, and Keiko. Those three supposed to be. So if you do only Keiko, if you are you don't take care of the family, no good. And if you do only Keiko but always job, occupation. So those three supposed to be balanced. So reviewing this teaching, I feel I'm failure. So in a way, through the Keiko, I arrived here, but I didn't have any good occupation, and I missed the chance to develop a nice family life. Of course, I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.